All right, guys, Jason here. We're here. We're getting ready to actually go out and head out and make a couple videos at dealerships. It's Sunday, Labor Day, or Memorial Weekend. And then I'm going right from there to hunting, and it's going to be a rainy, kind of crazy day here. But we're going to talk about for a second, running no mics or nothing on this, just a quick little video. But if you guys remember when I bought this, I told you I specifically bought it because I bought this version so that I could get these Fender Flares, okay, these ones here, the simple Fender Flare that's on here, simple Fender Flares here, the non-color matched, non-painted ones is what I wanted on purpose in this, and that was because they were what I call a replaceable item, a wear item on this actual vehicle. And we're going to talk for a second about how they're holding up. So we've got 51,000 miles on this truck right now. And how are they doing? Well, you can see here if you look at it, not too super horrible. I was expecting them to be so much worse than this. We just washed it the other day, and as you can see, like I said, it's been pouring rain. But not they are not bad at all, considering the amount of abuse they get. These things get wrecked like you wouldn't believe. You see my stuff. They're covered in mud constantly. And honestly speaking, that with a little bit of sand and a little bit of rough sand, and you could probably bring these right back to, or smooth sand, and you could probably bring these right back and make them look perfect. Very impressed. 51,000 miles in almost 2 years. A little less than 2 years. October will be, or September will be, actually August will be 2 years that I've had this thing. And to have that little bit of wear on there, and they're holding up well. I like the simplicity of this stuff. Same with the front bumper. I love to push and brush with this thing and how durable it is. I did break a fog light tab off on this thing. Again, this thing takes some hard hits on that, in some washes and things, and you can even see the water flowing in there, but you can see how my bulb fell in backwards. I pushed it back in, but the tab is actually snapped off on the bulb. I got to get a replacement for that. And but you see swamp water building up in there. I gotta drain that out. Once it evaporates, and we'll fix that. But I love the front bumper for being able to push things over, push and brush. Same thing. I push a lot of brush with this, and I know it's covered in dirt and stuff here, but there's very little marks on this thing. Okay, it does not show it too bad. And we come over here and look at this Fender Flare too. I mean, it's holding up pretty well. You could see, yes, there's a few dings in it from rock chips, but this thing lives in the swamps and on dirt roads and gravel roads and rocky roads, and they're actually holding up pretty dang well. But it also goes to show you that if you have painted bumpers, they give you that little piece of PPF on here like this. I would redo that PPF and get it all the way down to the bottom, because you can see all these marks down here, and I would extend it all the way up to here past this. I would go all the way to that line right there with that PPF on there. I would take off what they put on there, buy your own, and replace it, because you can see most of the chips and the dings are up here, and that PPF stops short of that. So you can see the difference in there. So if you got painted ones, definitely going to want to protect them way better. Look at that mark from here, where I put that mark on there, from there all the way down is where you want it, yet they only give you that little bit. So do it right on there and make sure that you're going to be safe on it and not have any issues or worries. Again, mine gets worked pretty hard out there, but you'll see the same thing on here. See how, look at all the dings and chips and marks and stuff that are up here that are above where that standard PPF is, that would be on here. You want to run that stuff up all the way past this curve, get it up past there to keep yourself protected. We got stone chips all the way up until the curb on this thing in here. So definitely something that you want to take into consideration. But overall, and the fact that these things are a wearable, easy to replace, they don't have to be painted, they don't have to be color matched, they don't have to nothing, you can just buy them and replace them. That's a very good deal. I thought I was going to have to replace these before I sold it, and that's why I bought it, figuring they would be a wear item. I don't think I'm going to have to. I think I'm just going to lightly sand those with some very, very low, almost steel wool like, but some almost like emery cloth or some very lightweight sandpaper, and clean those up a little bit, and they'll be perfect. And same with the front bumper. I thought with all this stuff I would have to I'd be pushing with this thing, that I would have to replace this before I sold it. I do not have to. I am going to have to clean that fog light out though. Like I said, that is kind of a bummer that bulb tab broke on there and it filled up with water, but I will fix that. I'll suck that water out of that, and if it doesn't evaporate, it's getting better. It was all the way up here, and it's getting better, you can see, but we'll see if we can get that to evaporate out of there, clean out, and then I'll stick the new bulb. I have a new bulb. We'll put it in there and it'll lock right, but I don't want to put it in yet because I need that water to evaporate out of there. So once that's completely gone, we'll get that sorted. But I thought I'd have to put a whole new bumper on it too. I do not, as you can see. I know it's dirty. I just drove it all the way to South Carolina yesterday, all the way up into North South Carolina. So we got some dirt and stuff on there and bugs, but I don't have, this thing holds up better than you could imagine. The durability of these bumpers and the durability of these Fender Flares are just priceless. They're worth their weight in gold. Holding up absolutely incredible. So I thought I'd make a short little video and show you that, let you know, but highly, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Very, very happy with these. They are doing absolutely fantastic. And my next one, when I buy my next one, it will have these, not the painted ones. I want these ones. Simple, easy, and no fears. But if you have painted ones, change that PPF. Get that little piece of PPF they give on you, get rid of it, and get one that goes all the way up. Stuff's not expensive. Buy it in a roll, cut it out, make a template, put it on there. Easy peasy job, but get it done. You'll be very happy that you did. All right, there you go. Thanks for watching. We're heading off to make some other videos.